Hello and welcome to Clownfish TV. It is me, Geeky Sparkles. And again, I am here without Neon today because he is off doing something else. It might be the same case for tomorrow. So today we're going to talk about this article. Actually, we recorded this yesterday, but the condenser was so bad that he scrapped this video. So I'm going to try to do it again because I think it's important. And we're going to talk about this article from Cartoon Brew. And they're basically saying that kids are watching YouTube, Roblox, and TikTok, and they're not watching like TV, like Disney Channel. Disney Channel has gone down significantly over the past like several years. It's becoming non-existent for viewership. And all these kids are spending more and more time, which we've talked about before in other videos, on these other platforms. This is likely why, you know, Disney's desperately trying to get into Epic Games and they're pushing TikTok so much and all that because they're trying to find the audience where they're at because they're not watching on their platforms. And now Netflix is still doing okay, but Disney Plus trails them significantly. So we're going to look at that. Before we get into any further, please like and subscribe. If you do, I will give you a woohoo. Woohoo. And we're going to look at this article from Cartoon Brew. So this new study, which we've seen this before with other studies, this isn't a new thing. We've talked about this before. They're talking about how parents have relied on screens for their kids, and now the audience's attention is directed towards online locations like YouTube, Roblox, TikTok. So this is a report they've collected from 400 families with children between the ages of 4 and 18. This is just for kids. I think it's definitely going to hit, I think, even people into their 20s and 30s. I think you're going to find this is probably true across, you know, a wider age range. They were focused on children. And they said that they have found compelling evidence that kids today spend more time gaming, surfing social media sites, and watching free streaming platforms than they do on paid things like Netflix, Disney Plus, or Prime. I think you're going to find that it's much wider than kids because people are trying to find entertainment and they're going to want things that are streaming or free because they don't want to pay more money, because we've gotten to a place where having all these streaming services is starting to become as expensive well, actually, I'd argue more expensive than, you know, cable was, you know, 10 years ago. So I think this is a case of where they're focusing on kids, but if you really looked into it, it's a much larger group of people, which is even more condemning as the article goes on. So they're going to look at where the streaming trends are and things like that. According to the report, kids worldwide spent 27% more time streaming in 2023 than in 2022. Globally, kids spend an average of 57 minutes per day streaming content. And in the US, the figure hits 64 minutes per day. All right. They worldwide in every region analyzed by the study, YouTube was the most popular streaming service. You can find shows, movies, all kinds of stuff on YouTube. I'll tell you what, my kids, and this is not new since at least 10 years, likely 12 years, whatever. They have been on YouTube in the mornings. Like, when they would go to school, they would watch YouTube, go to school. They would watch like Good Mythical Morning. They'd watch, you know, Annoying Orange. They'd watch, you know, different shows on there. I know our daughter used to love like these little pet shop things, and they'd watch all that stuff. They had different shows with kids on it back then, and they would watch that more than anything in the mornings. And even now they watch YouTube and TikTok. A lot of times they'll watch TikTok compilations on YouTube. They're always doing things like that, and they're not really watching television, or we pay for it, but I watch it more than they do. All right. So according to the report, 63% of kids used YouTube in each of the last 2 years. Both YouTube and YouTube Kids saw increases in the amount of time kids spent using them in 2023. YouTube Kids jumped from 84 minutes a day to 96, and YouTube jumped from 67 minutes a day to 70. YouTube Kids probably jumped a lot because parents are probably just putting the kids on the YouTube Kids because there's a lot of stuff on there. And if it's kid friendly and they know they can trust it, they're probably, here, watch this. You know, I need you to sit still while you get your hair cut. Here, watch this on my phone, kind of thing. They said of all the paid platforms, only Netflix was one that increased in popularity from 2022 to 2023. Prime Video, Hulu, and Disney Plus all saw dips. All right. It's interesting to me. We click on this, for example. Here, online video apps of popularity and time spent. YouTube, Netflix, Disney Plus. YouTube has increased since 2021. It's 63% stayed. Netflix was 32, 39, 40. It has gone up every year. Disney, 2022, and it went back down to 20. Also, it's a third of YouTube. It's a half of Netflix. That's Disney Plus. I mean, it's not as bad as some of these other ones, but it's interesting to see that on here. Plus, on average, they spent more time on YouTube Kids, YouTube, and Netflix than they did Disney Plus by a wide margin. All right. There's definitely a pattern here. And I think that Disney keeps claiming they're going to come up to Netflix levels. They're going to have to do a lot to come up to Netflix profit levels, the recognition levels, the amount of time people watch it. It's going to take a lot for them to come up to that, if you ask me. Then they're talking about games. Okay, you got kids. I don't know if you got kids. As an adult, a lot of people are gaming. A lot of people are spending a lot of time gaming. So people are taking their time and they're spending it on things like YouTube, and they're spending it on things like TikTok and gaming, which is why Disney is dropping $1.5 billion into Epic, who also got sued for $500 some million for scammy things that Disney seems really excited about. In 2023, Roblox was still the king of hill and kids games. Last year, 48% of children played the game for an average 130 minutes a day. Way more than what we're seeing them stream and watch television. 2 hours a day may seem like a lot, but it was a huge drop from the previous 2 years when kids averaged nearly 3 hours a day playing the game. I think Roblox, is on a decline. I think Fortnite is on a decline. I think Minecraft is on a decline. Not because they don't like them. I think they're waiting for the next big thing. Or people moved on. Like they might be in Minecraft. They might have moved to Roblox. And then from Roblox, they moved on to Fortnite. Or they're waiting for the next big game to come along that's going to get them all involved. Power World's probably going to be one of them that they're all going to move to. It's just a matter of shifting what game you're playing. I think you're still going to stay in the games, but it's shifting. He said Roblox wasn't the only game that dipped in 23. All 6 games tracked saw a decrease in the amount of time kids spent playing them. Most also saw drops in popularity. Roblox and Minecraft still rank miles ahead of streaming when it comes to eating up kids' free time. It looks like they did Roblox, Minecraft, Among Us, Clash Royale, Stumble Guys, Magic. I can't see what that is. I don't even know that one. Here are Pokemon's down here. They have different ones. So they're just trying to see these are the ones that they see the kids are playing the most. Roblox by a wide margin, 48%, as opposed to Minecraft at 17%. Okay, so that doesn't surprise me. Social media. TikTok. 44% of kids spend an average of 112 minutes on the app. No other platform came close in terms of minute per day. Number of kids using TikTok has stayed relatively consistent year to year, while the amount of time they spend on the platform has actually increased. So surprisingly, Facebook's higher than TikTok's 44%, Facebook's 38%. TikTok is increasing, Facebook's staying about the same. X is 38%, Reddit's 32%. I kind of figured that'd be higher. Instagram's 32%, and Pinterest, which when you think of kids, I don't think of Pinterest, but it is what it is. It's 31%. But you can definitely see, overall there's just an increase in that they're spending a lot of time on. That's global. In the US, TikTok's number 1, X, Reddit, Facebook, Pinterest, and Instagram. Kids are on TikTok a lot. And that's why Disney has been going all out with TikTok, trying to do their different things, different promotions. I know TikTok, the dangerous thing about TikTok with kids, not so much adults, but younger adults and kids, is that you've got a generation that will, if you get the right person, tell them to buy something, they'll just buy it because they told them to. Like, it's the cool thing to do. Like when you have makeup companies telling you not to buy stuff for your 10-year-olds because it's going to hurt their skin because they want it because an Instagram or a TikTok person's using it, you got a problem. And Disney wants to cash in on that. Like, buy our shit. And of course they're going to do that. And that's where everybody's going. TikTok, Roblox, Fortnite, YouTube. These are the places they're spending their time, which is why people are trying, like Disney are trying to get into these spaces, because just banking on their streaming services or their linear television channels is not going to cut it with the younger people. So it's just interesting to me. It's nothing we haven't already talked about, but that's why you're seeing Disney scrambling to get into like Fortnite. And that's why you're seeing, you're going to see Disney probably try to push TikTok even further this year. They were looking for influencers on TikTok to try to use for Disney brands and stuff like that. I know they were before. They tried to get into YouTube a couple times. I know the one time they bought Maker Studios, and that's what they ended up with. that's where they end up with PewDiePie right around the time of the, you know, anti-Semitism fiasco and all that. And I also know that Disney's basically, if you can't beat them down, and the fact that, like, when there was ad apocalypses and stuff, people think that advertisers were pulling because even though sometimes wasn't such a big deal, they could leverage that to get better ad rates. And Disney is king of that. Like, if they can get a better deal, they're going to do it. But it's interesting because Disney's spending so much. They're out there trying to get all these advertisers for their Disney Plus streaming platform. But if I was an advertiser, I'd be looking at this and I'd be like, but I could put it on Disney Plus, but I might be better served to put it on YouTube, or I might be better served to put it on Netflix, or put it, if there's ads, you know, on Roblox or whatever, I'm better served to put ads there or advertise on TikTok than I am to advertise on Disney Plus. So it's going to be interesting to see if Disney's already getting into Fortnite, what else are they going to try to push? Because they want that ad money. So anyway, please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.